Hey guys, it's Dahlia. So today is a story time. I really wanted to get back on here and just do something. I have been slacking a little bit. Top is Doll's Kill. I tried the rainbow trend. So I did okay, I think. I'll get better. When I was 18, I was in cosmetology school and I had just moved into my own apartment for the first time. I was a new single mom going through my first divorce and I needed a job. So I got a job at the strip club. Sometimes I would hang out with people that I met there. Obviously, only if they had a cool vibe, if they weren't creepy. And I'm telling this story as kind of like there's a moral to the story. Just be careful who you hang out with and have better judgment than I had. Obviously now I don't get into cars with strangers anymore. I used to do that quite a bit. Luckily, I never died. Anyway, so I was at the club. There was these guys that I was hanging out with. A few of them got dances, and then they were like, hey, do you want to go mudding with us after this? And this was Pennsylvania. So mudding is like where you get in a car and you go out in the middle of nowhere and you're doing donuts, drifting. It's just fun. And I was like, yeah, I've never tried that, so that'd be fun, let's go. It was a weekday. I was like, I'll just go for a little bit. I have school tomorrow. They were really nice. There was 3 guys and a girl, I think. So we got in their truck after work and we were driving for hours. They were obviously all drinking. I was drinking. One of the guys and the girl were a couple and they left, so I was just with the 2 guys. They seemed to be longtime friends. So we got to one of their houses and switched cars into the mudding car, drove out into the middle of nowhere, and I was pretty drunk at this point. I left all my stuff and my heels at the house, and I was like, I'll come back and get it. So irresponsible as not even to think about how am I gonna get home. I left my car at the strip club. We were in the middle of nowhere. It was fun. We were going all over the place. I was in the back seat. There's no seat belts in this car. And then all of a sudden we hit a tree really hard. And the guy that was driving, his head went right into the windshield. There was a big spider web right where his head hit. We were like, wow, this really messed up the car. We're gonna go home now. So we managed to get the car out of there and we're driving home. And he was kind of being weird. I should have known this as my first sign. There was something going on. I don't know. All of a sudden, they're talking about how the power steering isn't working. And the car's starting to wiggle a little bit and not go straight. And then all of a sudden, it just flips and flips and flips. And I remember being this is a movie. Where they're in the car, it's crashing and everything stops and it's slow motion and you can see everything happening in the car crash. I was terrified. I was like, wow, I'm gonna die with 2 strangers that I met at the strip club for some mudding. That's great. I'm really happy about my life choices. And I'll insert a picture of the car. I remember there was a rusty old saw in the back that I could see, and I was like, oh my god. I thought, if I'm lucky enough to survive, this thing's definitely gonna hit me. And then the dust settles and they're both in the front seat crumpled up. One of the guys was saying something, but it sounded weird to me. So we all climbed out of the car. Some cars stopped to look and called the ambulance and the police and the guy's parents. Everyone was okay, luckily. And then we headed back to his house, and that's where everything kind of changed. I thought the driver was like cute. He had like curly hair. He made me think of like Lil Dicky a little bit. But when we got there, he like lost his shit. He had some serious anger issues. He was like screaming. And I think that's one of the biggest turnoffs ever, is when a guy is like, his temper's just like a child, like watching a tantrum happen. I was like, oh my God, I need to go home. He's yelling at his mom. His mom's freaking out, like, why are you acting like this? I don't know if he had a concussion or if he always acts like that, but it was crazy. And then his friend was like, I'm gonna take you to your car. And I was like, thank God. So happy that I got to go home. And I definitely missed school the next day. My friends were like, you should go to the hospital, get checked to make sure you don't have a concussion. And I was like, I need to go to sleep, which you're definitely not supposed to do if you think you have a concussion. But I just laid down and went to sleep. And sometimes I think about that night and how like crazy it was. Obviously, getting in a car with anyone that has been drinking is like super stupid and irresponsible. But I was young and dumb. I did a lot of dumb things. And I have a ton of stories like this. I'm not sure if I'll do more like judgment stories. I have some cop stories, runaway stories. I've definitely lived a full life. Like, I feel like I'm 40. Like, I've done so much. All of it's good, obviously, like this. But if you listen to this, thank you so much for watching. Give a like, subscribe. I'm gonna keep doing videos every week, hopefully. Bye, guys.